I am Cecil, and I'm very, very queer. Queer, depending on your views on the word. I'm sorry if that offends you personally, but that's how I did it. So. But anyway, I am here to talk about genders. I have spent a few years now identifying as non-binary, and believe I may well be a trans man, and that was a stepping stone for me personally. But a lot of people seem to think that non-binary genders aren't real. Here's the thing. There's what a lot of people seem to get all upset about is thinking that, oh, people just keep making up new genders. And if you get their gender wrong, then you're but the thing is, like, if you are cis or binary trans and do not feel like you need to keep track of all these genders, it's not a part of your life, and therefore you're not going to think about it that much, just stick with the fact that there are 3 umbrella genders. There's male, there's female, and there's non-binary. You don't need to know every gender that fits under the non-binary term. You don't need to know what agender versus genderqueer versus gender fluid means. Just, like, respect people's pronouns. Like, if they tell you, hey, I use they, them pronouns, then just use they, them pronouns. It's not that hard. It can be hard to get adjusted if you're not used to it, and making the occasional mistake is understandable, but correct yourself, and preferably not in a way that calls too much attention to it, so it's just like, oh, they, and that's it. You don't need to do more than that. Just respect their pronouns and their name. Their actual name. Which brings me to another topic. When people say, what is your real name when referencing your birth name, it can be very harmful. It is invalidating, and honestly just, I don't know, invalidating. This is my first video. I'm not great about talking about things in general. But, yeah. So, yeah, I feel like, first of all, you generally shouldn't ask someone their birth name, but if I personally am not offended by it, and I know there are some people that are not offended by it, but even the people that are not offended by someone asking their birth name are generally offended when you ask it in a way that implies it is their real name. The name that they go by around everyone, the name that they give out to everyone as being their name, is their name, their real name. And when it comes to the idea of male and female being based on physicality, one thing that I disagree with about a lot of the trans community is the existence of more than 2 biological sexes. Because there are intersex people, and I do not believe that it should be based on penis or vagina, but people do have ovaries or gonads, and even intersex people have ovaries or gonads. So there are 2 biological sexes. That's a totally different thing from gender. So, yeah, that's just my little opinion. So, that's the video. Please use he, him pronouns or they, them pronouns in any comments. If you purposefully misgender me, you will be blocked. If you do it by accident, then I will correct you. So, yeah. Bye.